Welcome, 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 everyone. Happy Tuesday, January 30th, 2024, the last Tuesday of January. I ask you, how are you doing? How are you feeling? How are you being? How are you doing? How are you feeling? How are you being? Love those three questions. I like to write them down. How are you doing? How are you being? How are you feeling? Excuse me. Three very important questions that you must learn to ask yourself every day in reference to how are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing whatever it is you're doing? What are you being today? Are you being powerful, strong, confident, amazing, extraordinary? And how are you feeling? Do you feel tired? Do you feel uplifted? Do you feel awakened and alive, joyful, excited? How do you feel? So there we are. And I'm just going to check to see if I do believe I am streaming live. Excuse me. Let's see if I am streaming live. I am. I am streaming live. Oh, here we go. See who may join me. If anyone joins me, that would be great. Tonight's topic is about transiting to the best version of you. This topic was inspired today by two conversations I had earlier, and also by watching some TikTok videos. So before I dive into this conversation, let me just explain. This is a 30-day challenge that I've given myself. We are on day 9 as of today. This challenge is about strength training and everything in between, to share, teach, and inspire you. To help you better understand strength training, this is for women over the age of 40. And of course, you guys can definitely hang around, because I'm sure you know at least one woman over the age of 40, whether they are strength training or not. This is the information that I'm here to share to encourage every woman over the age of 40 to, if you're not already, to start strength training. Why is this so important? Well, it's really important for many reasons, but I'm just going to mention a few. Strength training improves your strength for functional living, for whatever it is you need to do at home, whether it's carrying groceries up a flight of stairs, your laundry bag, your children, grandchildren, or even fur babies. Being able to literally get down to the floor to play with your fur babies, grandchildren, or children, and then get up off the floor. That knee mobility is very important. And just to have function. It is so important to be strong enough to have function. Daily living, very important. Also, strength training is one of the only activities that you can do that's going to actually improve your body composition. Meaning, what do I mean by your body composition? It changes the way your body looks. It's not about dieting. It's not about restrictions. It's not about limiting yourself. It's just about being able to lift weights that challenges your body, so your body over time will start to transform. It's like the transformer. So that's the second reason why strength training is so important. Third reason, it does actually do something for your metabolism. As we do get older, theoretically, as we get older, most people end up slowing down. Metabolism doesn't slow down, we slow down. And because we slow down and we're not doing the same amount of activities we were doing when we were younger, yet we're probably still eating the same amount of calories, over time, we may notice our muscle density becoming lessened and our fat density increasing. And that's the actual truth about the metabolism. Your metabolism doesn't slow down. That stays what it is regularly throughout our lives, just that our activities change. Like, I know for me, and I'm going to give you my bio in just a second, and I do want to say hello to everybody that is popping in. Feel free to leave comments and questions, because I am watching from my cell phone as well, so I can see those comments. And as I was saying, for me, when I was in my, from 12 to about, let's say 40, and that's a big chunk of time, I was extremely active. I taught probably about, and let's not say 12, let's go like 16. How about we do that? And then I'll give you my bio. 16 to about 40, I taught about 5 types of classes a day, from group fitness classes where they were called body toning classes, which involve weights and leading the class in exercises, step classes, low impact classes, spin classes, you name it. I did 5 of them a day, 7 days a week. That's a whole lot of activity, And obviously now, as I am 53 and a half, I am not doing 5 classes of any type of movement in a day. And does that mean that I am quote unquote fatter now than I was then? Not at all. It just means that I recompose how I move my body. And that's what I'm here to teach you, to understand that, again, your metabolism gets revved up with the process of strength training for so many hours. So that's the third reason why strength training is so important. And there's so many other reasons, such as, and I'll name one more. When we do have more muscle tissue than fat tissue, our bones are supported. So it's really good for bone health as well. And I can sit here and spend an entire probably 30 minutes with a list of reasons to why strength training is so darn important. Now, it's not just about lifting weights. It really is about the progressive overload, where you are challenging your muscles every time you work out. This way here, your muscles are actually going to respond based on what it is you are doing. So that is the reason why I come and share with all of you the importance of strength training. And I get this question asked a lot. Is strength training fun? Strength training is not fun. It's not fun at all. You have to make it fun. You have to find something about it that you enjoy. And as I always say, you also need to understand your why. Why do you want to strength train? Why, well, as I like to say, is why do I get this strength train? What is my why? And once I understand my why is going to be my motivator to make sure I get to do what it is I'm doing. My why, and always has been my why, it helps me to de-stress when I am stressed, when I have life things going on, and I need to make sure that I stay in my spiritual body. Strength training is what helps decrease my stress level. It brings me back in that space. My endorphins kick in and I feel better. 2, my other why is that because I truly do enjoy embodying my body, where I am totally 100% focused on what it is I am doing at that very moment, to embody what it is I am doing. So I'm not thinking about my laundry list or what I have to do next to that. During that time, it's just strictly focused on what it is I'm doing at that time. So that's my second why. And the third why is more recent why, is so I am able to move my body with ease. Now here I bring in my bio. For those of you who may not know who I am, I'm known as Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Colon. I am your holistic integrated teacher, Reiki master teacher, card creator, card reader, certified and licensed holistic personal trainer, medical astrologer, and the list goes on. I have been in the health, fitness, and wellness industry since I'm 12. And as I said, I'm 53 and a half. You do the math. I have started blending the mystical woo-woo stuff into my practice back in 2007-ish. So since then, I have been doing what I do. And what is it that I do? I actually help clients like yourself connect with your body, connect with yourself from a soul level, so you can understand who you are from a soul level, not from a superficial level, who you really are from a soul level and what it is you came here to do in this lifetime in regards to connecting with your body. I believe your body is your biggest messenger. Your body provides you information every single day. And when you do attune yourself to the connection you have with your body, whatever shows up in your body, and that could look like physical pain, illness, or even disease, whatever's showing up in your body, you get a better understanding to why it's showing up, and you get to receive the messages to what it is your body is trying to tell you. So it's so important to embody your body so you can better understand whatever it is your body is trying to let you know. Because in our daily life, every day of our lives, we do experience different types of chaos that goes on, and that does throw us off, off balance, so to speak. And being thrown off balance could very well create stagnation in our energy field, which then in return can over time create pain, illness, and disease. And it has become extremely important for me to learn to listen to my body after having a hip replacement and a great find, as they called it, of fatty tumors in my left hip, which were removed. From that point, it became extremely important as my why it's so important for me to strengthen my legs. So I have the strength, the mobility, the flexibility to be able to walk, climb stairs, and walk long distance. When we think about legs in itself from a metaphysical perspective, working from the hips down, the hips are about the decisions we make. So when we are having challenging times making a decision about whatever it is that we're having a challenging time making a decision on, and whether it's even our decision to be making, the hips get tight, they get stiff, they get very rigid. And that itself can cause a person not to want to move their body because of the tightness. However, me understanding that that's a message that my body is telling me that there's something that I'm not having a easy time making the decision on. So it's so important for me to make sure my hips have the mobility that it needs to have. Moving down into my thighs, down to my knees, again, the knees about flexibility. When you think about your knees are what actually helps you bend to the floor, bend to sit. And when we think of the metaphysical components of the knees, it's like, where are you not being flexible, or where are you being too rigid in whatever it is that you're doing or not doing? Maybe you're having a challenging time seeing someone else's point of view about something, so the stubbornness sets in, and that may very well create knee discomfort. So another reason why for me, so important for me to strengthen my legs. So when I'm experiencing different things going on in my life, and also as an empath and working with clients, I pick up their energies as well. And I want to make sure my knees are strong enough so I can release what needs to be released from there. So those are just two examples to the lower extremities and why that's my why to why I strength train. And when your why is big enough and strong enough, that is what motivates you every single day. That's what motivates me every single day to want to make sure I get my workout in. So you need to find out what your why is for it to be your motivator to get you to want to transit to the best version of yourself. So knowing and understanding your why. Now, I speak to many women frequently in my day, have many conversations with women who are not strength training. And I always ask the question too, why are you not strength training? Why are you not strength training? And I always get a list of reasons to why. Some of those reasons could be, well, I have a bad back. I don't know how to. I'm afraid to. I don't know how to get started. And those are just some of the answers that I do get when I ask the questions to why are you not strength training? Well, to start off with, those of you who do experience a bad back, or as I like to refer to as a weak back. Your back is weak because you're not strengthening the muscles. You're not strengthening the core muscles to help the muscles stay strong. More the reason why strength training would be extremely important for you to start doing so you can have a stronger back, so you do not end up hurting yourself when you are doing your physical functional activities, such as picking up the laundry, picking things up off the floor, carrying something heavy. Core strength is extremely important for that purpose. For those of you who may not be strength training because you don't know how to strength train, and I know there's so many programs, there's so many videos out there that actually do show you. You can follow, if you go to TikTok, you can probably click on TikTok right now, and I'm sure there's a video that's going to pop up of somebody showing you some sort of exercise to be doing. And yes, you could definitely follow along and do it that way. However, that's probably not the best way of going about it. Learning how to strength training, investing, and this is a big word, and I want you guys to really use it. Investing in yourself. Investing in yourself. That is part of being the best version of you. You have to invest in yourself. What do I mean by investing in yourself? Invest in a personal trainer. Get a personal trainer. Take on, I usually suggest at least 3 months of training. This way here, you can get a core program that will sustain you to see the results you're looking to get, so you can learn proper form, meaning proper lifting. You can learn how to put together the program, your repetitions, your set, where to actually start, what weight to actually work with. That's the bulk of it all, is where do you start? What weight do I lift? And I usually say for ladies specifically, most women, they tend to start at the lighter side, and it's okay. You can starting somewhere is better than not starting anywhere. Yet finding a weight that will challenge you. So whatever the exercise may be, upon doing that exercise, as long as you can do 3 sets of 12, and you did your 3 sets of 12 with great form, with whatever that weight is, you know you can then take the weight up again and drop the reps. Excuse me. I've been doing a lot of talking today. Now, what that is actually called is pyramiding. Pyramiding. It's a triangle where you start with a light weight and you work your reps about anywhere from 10 to 12, and then you increase the weight again and you drop the reps down to, let's say, 8 to 10, and then you increase the weight again and you drop the reps to 6 to 8. And whatever the last set of weight is that you're working with, that you get in that 6 to 8, that's pretty much where you start after you do what I like to call the trial and error, trying to find out the best weight for you that you can actually lift at that time. Now, I had mentioned this, I think, in my very first day one of my 30-day challenge. It's so important to make sure you have a notebook and pen so you can log down whatever the weight was that you lifted, especially if you are doing pyramid sets, to find out the right weight for you, jotting down those weights, the repetitions you did, and then so the next time you come and you do that particular exercise, you can look and notice that, okay, the first set, you did 12 repetitions or whatever the weight is, we'll just say argument's sake 5 pounds, and you're like, okay, you know what, I did 12 reps with 5 pounds, and I ended off with 7 pounds, and I was able to get 6 reps. So a suggestion would be eliminate the first two sets of exercise, start with your third set. So start with the 7 pounds at the 6 reps. Chances are you're going to probably be able to get more than 6 reps. You'll probably be able to get about 8 to 10 reps. And that's your starting point. Keep a log of that. Do your 3 sets of that. See how that feels for you. And then if it, again, once you can get to that 12 rep max on that particular exercise, then the next time around, you increase the weight again. How often should you increase your weight? I recommend increasing your weight, give and take, every 2 to 3 weeks, assuming you're hitting that particular exercise consistently over the 3 weeks. So for example, and I always use this as my sample exercise. If you are doing an overhead press, you hold your weight over your shoulders, you bring the weight up over your head where literally the weight comes to the center, although you cannot see me, and you're bringing it down. If you are doing that exercise, and that exercise you're doing once a week or twice a week over a 3-week period, and you were able to maintain, you were able to keep the repetitions at 12 reps, then by that 3rd week, you can take that weight up again because you've done that exercise, so you can progress into the next set of weight. Now, if hypothetically you've done that overhead press on day 1, but you didn't do that same exercise again the next time you did your shoulders and you did a different exercise, I would wait until you've done that one exercise at least give and take 6 times before you increase the weight again, making sure your repetitions, that's how many you do in a series, repetitions are at least 12 before you increase the weight again. And that's how you're going to know when it's time to take it to the next weight, take it to the next weight. That pyramid set, remember, the pyramiding is you're working with your 5 pounds and you get your 10 to 12 repetition. Second set of the same exercise, you take that weight up, let's say 6 pounds, you get 6 to 8 repetitions. Your 3rd set, you go to 7 pounds and your reps are 6 to 8. That's where you're going to stay at the next time you do that exercise. Start with the 7 pounds with the 6 to 8 reps. Chances are you're going to get a little more repetition on that first set. Stay with that weight for the 3 sets. See how that feels. And then the 3rd time you come back, the 3rd workout, and you work with that same exercise, stay with that for the first set with the 7 pounds with the 12 repetition. And then maybe at that point in time, you might say, you know what, on my second set, I'm going to take the weight up again, take it to the 8 pounds, drop the repetitions. So your first set was 12. So drop the repetitions down to that 8 to 10 reps. See how that feels. You may do that for the next 2 sets. Progressing, logging it down. So over a period of time, you can see there's a progression there. And as you are progressing with your weight, you are automatically going to get stronger. Now, most important, you want to make sure your form is on track. If you start lifting heavy and you're starting to notice you're not going full range of motion, you're just doing this, stop what you're doing. You want that weight to go all the way up, all the way down, just about your ear level. Full range of motion is key. So paying attention. When you're doing these exercises, such as the overhead press, you could do them sitting, you could do them standing. Should you do them standing, you really want to make sure your form is on point, that you're not allowing your pelvic to shift forward. I recommend doing them sitting. This way here, it helps you to maintain that upright posture position. So paying attention to your progress and to your form. That's how you get started when we think about this whole transiting into the best version of you. This is how you get started. The next question that I hear all the time is, well, I don't strength train because I'm intimidated to go to a gym. Well, guess what? You don't have to go to a gym. You don't have to go to the gym. I mentioned this, I believe it was the other day, I think in my day 8 or day 7, which we both done yesterday, by the way. I mentioned that with the moon we had yesterday in Virgo, that was a great time to make some space, whether you want to make space in your apartment, in your house, or in your office space. Make space that you have room that you can dedicate to yourself. And this would be a list. What I usually do when I have clients starting to work with me, I give them a list of required equipment that they do need when working with me. And the required equipment is free weights. Now I use the word free weights rather than dumbbells, so no one thinks I'm calling them a dumbbell. Free weights. Now I recommend, if you're going to use free weights, you could do one or two things. If you don't mind having a variety of sets of weights with you, set up in a room, I recommend having at least 3 different sets of weights so you can progress. Another real lovely way is getting yourself a set of free weights that actually come with a bar, it's adjustable, and you put the plates on the bar. So this way here, you could progress without having a whole bunch of weights all over the place. It is a little more time consuming because you will have to take the weight off the bar to set up the weight for something else. And that's okay. No worries. That's during your rest period. You got to rest anyway. So why not set things up as you're resting? It's called active resting. Remember that word. So free weights is the one thing I have. You get stability or Swiss ball, which is a big ball. And that's so you can perform hamstring exercises on, some core exercises, and maybe some back exercises on. I also encourage you to get a smaller ball, which is a medicine ball, to work your inner thighs and also some core work. Medicine balls range anywhere between 2, 4, 6, and higher. I usually recommend for you to get a 4-pound ball. If we are doing core work, over time, as you get stronger, then we start using dumbbells anyway after that point. The ball is basically more for the inner thigh work that we do. I then also encourage you to get tubing bands. Some of you know it as, what do they call those? Oh my God, it went out of my head. RX bands, I think they're called, RX bands, where you would actually purchase what they call a door wedge. It's a strap, and you put it actually in your door, a door that closes in, a door that closes forward, and you stick the tubing in there, and there's so many different exercises you can do with that as well. And this is, of course, if you have access to an actual door. So tubing bands would be something I recommend. And then, of course, if you need a mat, I recommend that as well. And you can get yourself a step bench that actually goes in different levels. So you can have a step bench where it's flat. Then you can do a step bench where it inclines. You can work the upper chest, so step bench as well. And all of these pieces of equipment can be purchased online. You can go to any site that sells exercise equipment, and all of this can be purchased there. And I think that would be the last thing that I encourage. And now, again, the list of exercise equipment that I do require varies from person to person, depending on what you actually have in your home. So some of you are blessed to have exercise equipment in your home. So you didn't need to go and purchase certain things. And some of you have absolutely nothing in your home. So you do need to purchase a list of equipment so you can have things to work with when you are exercising. And now remember the word investment. I said that earlier. This is investment on yourself. This is your self-investment. So rather than investing in, let's say, a gym membership that you chances are probably will not use regularly because you'll be gung-ho to go in the beginning, and then eventually you wean away from it because you don't really know what you're doing. Or as some of you do say, maybe you get intimidated when you go. So you go into the gym, and rather than going into the weight room because you're intimidated, you go and use the cardio equipment, treadmills, ellipticals, stair climbers. I always laugh when I see women there. In fact, when I used to work in the gyms and I would circuit the floor to see who was where, any woman I saw on any of the cardio equipment, I would always ask them, did you get your strength training in today? And if they said no, I would then encourage them to get off the cardio equipment and let's take a walk to the actual weight room. And if there was 3 or 4 of them there at the same time, I'd take them all together with me and we would do a little class in the weight room. Hello for everybody else who's bumping in. Let me know that you are here by saying hi. If you have questions or comments, I can see your questions. I can see you are here. So feel free to go ahead and ask them. I am talking about, today is my day 9 of my 30-day challenge. Share, teach, and inspire. All about strength training and everything in between. Today's topic is about the transition to be your best version of yourself and how to get started. So many women do not get started because they don't know how to get started. They have no clue how to get started. And most gyms, if not all gyms, do offer a service which is called an orientation, where they teach you how to use the machines. Now let's talk a little bit about that. Machines, which are great. There's nothing wrong with working out on machines. Now, if you're not familiar with exercise machines in a gym, there's so many different types. There's Cybex, there's King, there's Parabody, and there's probably a lot of other new names out there. And usually the machines are set up in a circuit where one machine is next to the other. Depending on the type of gym you're in, it could be pin loaded, which means you're sticking a pin into a plate, and then you lift the actual machine according to whatever it is you're doing. If it's not pin loaded, then you actually have to put the actual weight on the machine to do the exercise. And again, if you're getting an orientation in the gym, they're showing you, give and take, maybe 3 or 4 of those machines to get you going. They'll show you a leg machine, they'll show you a core machine, and they'll probably show you a back or chest machine, which is great. It gets you going. Now, theoretically, when I worked in the gyms many moons back, and I took ladies on an orientation, I would mix it up between the machines and the free weights. Why the machines and the free weights? Free weights allow you the ability to hit a muscle, as I like to refer it as a secondary muscle. It gives you that opportunity. So for example, imagine me holding a bar, one bar in front of me. So I'm holding a bar and I'm doing overhead press. So I'm just bringing that weight straight up, straight down. Now imagine, let me see if I can sit back for this. Now imagine I'm holding dumbbells, a dumbbell in this hand and a dumbbell in this hand, or I like to call them free weights. And I'm going to do that same thing I just did with a bar, and I'm going to do with my dumbbells. So watch what happens. And I come back down. Notice that on the bar, this is my bar, one plane up and down, one plane. My dumbbells, I get to go up and then I get to come in. So I work 2 planes. Once you start working 2 planes on the muscle, you are then hitting the muscle slightly different. Working with free weights require more balance, more focus, and more coordination. So like I said, there is a place for machines, especially if you're not used to working with free weights. And there are certain machines that are required to use because you really cannot do that particular exercise with free weights, such as, for example, a lat pull down. If you've been in a gym, you know what a lat pull down looks like. The bars are above you, you hold your arms wide, or you hold your arms in reverse, or you hold your arms in a close grip, and you're pulling it down towards your chest. Now, theoretically, because of the weight that's all connected to the chain, the resistance is coming down. You really can't mirror that with a free weight exercise. There are other things you can do for your lats with free weights, but not that particular exercise. So there are reasons to why machines are important. So again, for anybody who hasn't access to a gym, you want to join a gym, but you're intimidated about going to the gym because you don't know where to start, go get yourself an orientation. Now, I do believe they still give orientations. Now, if for whatever the reasons are, they do not give orientations, and what they give instead, or they offer instead, is maybe a personal training session where you may be eligible for a complimentary personal training session. They have a personal trainer on board. Schedule that personal training session. Have that personal trainer teach you how to navigate in the weight room. Now, again, me being a personal trainer working in the gyms, based on personal training, not my new methodology, I would sit and ask the client, what were their specific goals? What were they looking to accomplish upon working out? Once I took all that information in, then I would be able to create a program for them so that they can then do. And how I do a personal training session with a client is I show them what to do, and then I have them do the exercise during that session, especially if they're paying for it. If it's a complimentary session, as most gyms, again, they're more concerned about, they want to get you they want to give you a few exercises and then go about the way. Now, of course, if you're paying for the session, then it's a whole different scenario. But going just back to the process of, there are ways where you can learn how to become more comfortable in a gym if you are looking to go to a gym and utilize the weight room. Again, I'm going to emphasize this again. All women need to be in the weight room. If you are limited on time, you only have, let's say, 30 minutes to do anything, get in the weight room. You could do 10 minutes on whatever or whatever cardio machine you want to do, and then the next 20 minutes spend in the weight room. Get in the weight room. And this way here, you'll get more from that workout than you would just by doing cardio. And like I said, I totally get that. You're intimidated, you don't know where to start, you don't know how to go about this whole process, you're afraid to get hurt. I get all of that, but there are always ways around it. Now, again, there's so many more private personal training facilities available now than ever, as opposed to actually joining a gym, a big intimidating gym where there's probably lots of men in the weight room, and oh my God, you don't want to be in a room where there was a lot of men. Or the other option, you also have virtual training, which is what I do. We're right there with you, creating the program for you, and then making sure that you are doing the program correctly. Good form, progressive overload, accountability is there, and you're seeing the results you're looking to see. So you do have options. This is the year. Now I'm going to throw in a little bit of astrology in our conversation, as I usually do, being that as of January 20th, Pluto, the planet of transformation, has entered Aquarius. Aquarius is the zodiac sign of the vision, seeing yourself as the best version of who you are, seeing yourself as being strong, seeing yourself as being healthy, seeing yourself as being lean, seeing yourself capable of taking care of yourself independently. These are major reasons for why you would want to strength train. You would want to move into that transformation. What is the vision you have for yourself? That's really important for you to pay attention to. What is your vision that you have for yourself? What does that look like? How do you see yourself in the body you are in? Do you see yourself wanting to have stronger, leaner arms so you can carry whatever it is you want to carry? Do you see yourself having a stronger and leaner back so you can maintain good posture? Do you see yourself having strong, lean legs so you can walk up a flight of stairs, or you can walk whatever it is you need to walk? How do you envision the body you are in? And then what are you willing to do so you can get the body you are envisioning? This is a transformation. This is the energy that we are in. And this is the time now more than ever for you to decide to make this transformation. You have to be the one to make that decision in regards to what it is what does it look like to be the best version of you? Not just the best version of you where you're confident or you show up on time. Well, the confidence, let's go to that confidence for a minute. When you are stronger and leaner and you feel good in your body, you show up with confidence. So this whole process of when is the time for you to want to take care of yourself? When is the time that you can let go of the excuses to why you're not strength training? I'm not strength training because my back hurts. I'm not strength training because it costs too much money. Not strength training because I don't have time. Not strength training because I don't know how. Those are all excuses. And there's always a way. I'm sure if this is important enough for you and you can establish your why, you will find a way to invest in your own body, because that's what it is. It's an investment in your own body. It's self-care. It's self-care. It's taking care of your body, and you only have one. You have one body. And you only have this lifetime to transform and be the best version of you. So again, if you have not started strength training, when will you start strength training? What is stopping you from strength training? You don't need to have a whole lot of time. Strength train 10 minutes a day. Do something 10 minutes a day. Not sure what to do, how to do it? That's where I come in. Let me help you put together a program that if you only have 10 minutes a day to do something, let me put a program together for you that you can do something every day, 10 minutes a day. And I guarantee that if you were to work out every day for 10 minutes for about 6 weeks, by the time that 6-week period, if not sooner, you will want to make time to do it a little longer. Because the reality of it all is we think we don't have time because we don't think it's important enough. When we find out that it's important, when we realize how important it is, we find time. So let me ask, for those of you who are with me right now, how many of you spend 30 to 45 minutes, 30 to an hour, 30 minutes to an hour watching TV? You have that favorite series that you have to get home to go and watch. How many of you watch TV? That's an hour. That's 2 workouts right there, theoretically speaking. Why is that TV series so much more important than your own body? How many of you are spending time sitting in front of your Facebook page glancing through? Time and time and time being wasted. You have time. It's just a matter of making sure you're on the top of your schedule. We all have time. And like I said, 10 minutes a day. Start with 10 minutes. You can literally do 3 body parts. 3 body parts, which means 3 exercises for 10 minutes. I just created a 10-minute program for a client of mine where he's working out twice a week with me, and then other days, because he's not working out with me, he does 3 exercises, 3 different exercises on the days he's not seeing me. So when he does see me, he can continue to see the progress he's looking to see. Because we do need to exercise more than once a week. Once a week is better than nothing at all, but you definitely do need to be doing something more than once a week. And I don't just mean walking. Yes, walking is a great, great, great exercise to help you improve your heart. There's lots of commercials out there in reference to walking is going to help you walk off the pounds. In theory, and again, I'm here again to school you, educate you, shift your mindset of the old beliefs about wanting to lose weight. It's not about losing weight. You need your weight. You need to be strong and healthy. You need to hold on to the weight that you have. You just want to recompose the weight that is more leaner and not fatter. So walking off the pounds is not really what we want to do. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be doing cardio. It's how much cardio are you doing? And are you investing your time in your strength training? So I'm going to do my best to keep this one short tonight. We're just about at 10:14. I have no idea what time I started, but I'm going to keep this one short. I'm going to leave you with some questions to start asking yourself. And the questions are, why? Get to your why. Why should I be strength training? What is your why? Once you establish your why, you will then be able to understand the importance to your strength training. What is stopping you from getting started with your strength training? Is it a matter of not knowing how? Is it a matter of you're intimidated to go to a gym? Is it a matter of you don't think you have enough space to work out in? You don't need a lot of space. You do not need a lot of space. I have worked with clients who had literally just enough space to stand in. You do not need enough space to work out. These are all excuses we give ourselves. Once we actually start seeing results, we literally will find space just to keep the results going. There's so many benefits to strength training. I mentioned earlier 4 of them. Come back to the early part of this video to listen to those 4 benefits. There's so many more. So here's what I have to offer for all of you out there who are not strength training. I would love to have a conversation with you. I'm offering you the opportunity to go ahead and reserve a 15-minute complimentary self-growth discovery session with me. Mention this video. Mention this is day 9. Say, I saw day 9's live, and I'd like to redeem my 15-minute complimentary self-growth discovery session. You and I will have a conversation. We will get to your why, and then we will create a schedule so you can begin your process of transiting into the best version of who you are. Because if you don't do it this year, you don't do it this week, you don't do it tomorrow, when are you going to? When are you going to? Remember, I think I mentioned this in my day 6, that strength training is your health insurance. Strength training is what's going to ensure you are healthy. Bottom line, strength training is going to ensure you are healthy. Do I need to say that again? Strength training is going to ensure that you are healthy. That is your health insurance. That is your health insurance. That is your health insurance. It is the investment to your health. So whatever it is, whatever the investment is, now when you work with me, the investment is affordable. And you're actually going to get your money's worth because you're going to be consistent, you're going to be committed, you're going to be disciplined, and you're going to be held accountable. So again, strength training is your insurance to a healthy version of you. Your health insurance. Strength training is your health care. It is your self-care. It's how you take care of yourself. It's how you prevent yourself from getting sick. It's how you prevent yourself from getting hurt. It's how you prevent yourself from anything. It is the way you connect with your body so you can embody your body, so you can learn to understand what your body is talking to you, telling you when your body is out of balance. So go ahead and email. If you're watching from Facebook, you can message me. Say, I saw day 9 and I want to take advantage of the 15-minute self-growth discovery session. And I will schedule for that 15-minute complimentary session. And we'll have a lovely conversation. If you are watching this from my YouTube channel, you can email healingwithin76@gmail.com. So you can redeem and get started, because why not? We are in the age of Aquarius. This is about Pluto helping you to transform your body. So you can be the best version of you. You can begin to envision what the best version of you looks like. And you have a starting point. I will be your starting point. I will guide and support you and hold you accountable for what it is you are looking to accomplish. Your goals, your overall goal as the spiritual being you are. This is not about superficial goals. This is about the spiritual being you are. Getting to that place so you can really discover who you are from a soul level. And moving into your confidence, moving into your strength, moving into your power, moving into your endurance, being able to endure the life that you were here to live. That's all I have for you tonight, guys. So let's transit to be the best version of yourself sooner than later. I do look forward to connecting with you and helping you to invest in yourself. Remember that strength training ensures that you are healthy. Strength training ensures that you are healthy. Investing in the personal training, investing in holistic personal training so you can keep yourself injury-free and you can see the results you're looking for. Simple and easy. All right, it was a pleasure. Again, for those of you who were with me this entire time, thank you so much for sharing your energy. If you have comments or questions, feel free, drop them in the comments. If you want to message me, you could do that too. I am here. It's day 9 of my 30-day challenge where I share, teach, and inspire you, teaching you how to be the best version of yourself through strength training, becoming the strongest version of you, becoming the strongest version of you. There's no woman over the age of 40 that should not be strength training. There is no excuse. Think about strength training like physical therapy. Think about strength training like physical therapy. If you've ever endured any type of injuries or you've had any type of surgeries, you've endured physical therapy. And physical therapy is just an ongoing process when you think about it. It's just it looks a little different because now you've moved into that process of your strength training becoming your therapy. And it really is your therapy because it does change your mindset. You start to feel good. I've yet to meet anybody that went into their workout, into their strength training routine. If they went in not feeling so great, I've never met anybody who came out of their strength training feeling the same way they went in. 90% of the time, you may go into your strength training maybe feeling a little tired, maybe not feeling quite awake yet, depending on the time you're training. And then by the time you're halfway through your workout, you feel better. You feel like your endorphins kicked in, you feel powerful, you feel strong, you feel happy. And that's what it really is. Your strength training is going to help you feel happy, joyful, excited, and ready to go. And I know for me, I've been doing this since I'm 12, and I love sharing this out and making sure that everybody else is doing this too. So have an amazing rest of the night wherever you are in the world, and connect with me to get yourself started. You have 15-minute complimentary self-growth discovery sessions to redeem. We'll have a nice conversation, and I'll get you on the road to getting healthier and stronger. Remember, strength training is your insurance to a healthy version of you. That is your health insurance. Invest in yourself. Have an awesome night, everyone.